Thank you very much. I'm touched from the heart of my bottom. I am seriously touched. Many would say I've been touched for most of my life, actually, but there you go. Right, I am Stanford Chidge, and this is the Chelsea Football Fancast, and we are right in the middle of our discussions about the nominations for this year's end-of-season awards, the fannies of the season.
We're going to do breaking news about the Chelsea Player of the Year.
We are. We'll do that. Keep an eye on that. Have you heard who the potty is?
Lewis Baker has got goal of the season.
Lewis Baker's got goal of the season. Yep. We should clarify on our goal of the season. It has to be a first-team goal. Otherwise, Lewis would have been a shoo-in, wouldn't he? We got stricter rules than Chelsea. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, look, I'm going to go on to match of the season, and in spite of the overall kind of slight disappointment, we didn't win anything this year, there have been some absolute crackers in terms of matches. The City away match, for starters, was just...
the league game.
The league game. I'm ignoring the cup game because we lost that. But, the atmosphere there was great. We all did a live show here. It was mental here. And I just think the oomph factor at winning that was just massive, wasn't it? It was a real two fingers up to the rest of the world, really, I think, who have been getting on our case. No particular chronological order here at all, but I thought PSG at home was up there with any one of the games that we had at home in the 2012 campaign. And there was a lovely sense of the fact that we all knew we would do it, but even so, the atmosphere on that night was just electric, and we played really well. And, of course, we had a dramatic winner in Barr's goal at the end. So that has to be up there for me. Liverpool away. I suspect this might get a lot of votes, but if we nominate it. But, to absolutely poop on Liverpool's parade in the style and the way that we did it. What a match. And we won 2-0, so,
Anti-football.
And the enemies of football. Absolutely love it.
And we love it.
Arsenal at home, the 6-0, was certainly the drunkest I've been at a football match for many, many a year. And I personally have to thank Jason Cundy and Neil Barnett for that. It comes to something after a match when Pablo comes up to you and says, Chidge, and he looks worried. Chidge, I can't understand anything you're saying.
He couldn't do words.
I couldn't do words. Could you do an impression of how I sounded? How did I sound?
No. Yeah,
a bit like Rowley Barkin, QC meets Chelsea Fancast. Monkey! Yeah, very, very drunk at the time. I was, though. And it was all Candy's fault.
If he couldn't do words, what did he do? Just noises?
Yeah, pretty much.
So how did 6-0! How did Chelsea play today?
He was trying to do words, in fairness.
I was trying. I actually had done an interview with LBC as well, in that state. Yes. They have never phoned me back.
Yeah, funnily enough, no. I can't think why.
Yeah. And Cundy and Neil Barnett was laughing at me while I was doing it, so you shouldn't have done that.
Sounds a bit like Alan Hansen on Football Focus.
Yeah, that wasn't that embarrassing.
Anyway, we move on. Arsenal at home. 6-0, beating Arsenal at home, ruining Wenger's 1,000th match. What is not to like about that match? Spurs at home, 4-0. How often do you beat Spurs? Well, actually quite a lot.
Every year.
Yeah, to be fair. But even so, it was great. The other thing I like about that match, you two, was that was the first time we saw the European flag. Well, it wasn't the first time.
The first was Schalke.
That was true.
And then we weren't informed about it.
But we did wind the Spurs up.
It was really the first.
It was kind of first proper.
It went properly, and it looked good, and no one was expecting it.
I don't know why I've got Bayern Super Cup there. That was clearly a typographical error because that was not a match.
Well,
it
would have been if we'd won.
I'm taking it out already.
That's fine.
So those are the nominations. We need 3 out of that, boys. Unless there's any others you want to put in.
Is it possible to make a vote of 5?
No, because they all end up getting about 3%, and it's daft.
Mixler is split between the first 4 of them. Everyone's saying about City away, PSG and Liverpool away, Arsenal away.
I think City away is the one I'd take out of those 3.
So go on then.
I don't know.
Give me 3.
Wasn't that their first loss of the season in the league?
Give me. Yes, it was.
It was their first home loss.
I'm going different. I'd go PSG. It's the only game of the season I missed, so it has to be the best game of the season.
Give me 3, Dan, out of that. Give me 3, Dan, out of that.
I would say Arsenal, definitely, PSG and Liverpool.
Yep.
All right, Darren, give me 3 out of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You're going to go the same?
Yeah, I think because home ones, that PSG was phenomenal, the atmosphere. The Arsenal beating them 6-0 and everything else. Especially their goal difference was a lot worse than us because we scored 6.
Yeah, I know.
6, so it was in 12.
What's not to like?
And also the next category is away day of the season, so we may as well
exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to go somewhere really.
Liverpool more than Man City because not just because of Gerrard's slip, but because we had a depleted team for it as well. We had other things to think about.
I can't even decide. So I'm
Yeah,
happy. Benches,
I'm on those two.
We're all blimey. We're all in agreement. So there we go.
What did we agree to?
PSG at home. PSG at home, Jonathan. Liverpool away.
PSG at home was one of the great evenings.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely superb.
What's not to like?
Nothing, no.
Right,
It was great.
away day of the season. This can be game or I mean, it can be because you got absolutely munted out there, Pablo.
Where?
Well,
Me?
Funny enough, I've only got three nominations in here, so feel free to add or take away. But what I put down is Arsenal Carling Cup away. I mean, 9,000 Chelsea taking taking liberties. We were taking liberties. Scum, Chelsea, Chevsky, scum. I am going to overload. My spreadsheet has exploded. But I was also very drunk at that game.
Latte boys tweeting afterwards about how traumatised they were about the evening.
But it was one of the funniest games I've been to. It was 10 quid. I was with Pablo and Sam, so it's very rare that I get to sit with my mates at a game, and we were right next to the Arsenal, and we just took liberties. That has got to be a shoo-in. I've gone for Galatasaray away. I wasn't there, but everybody that I knew who was.
One of the best trips ever.
Yeah, I didn't go either, which makes me...
So you can't vote because you didn't go?
No, really.
Don't be a wally. I didn't go, and I'm voting for it.
The only thing I'd say about that is obviously you wouldn't say the same if you were the ones who got the wrong end of a knife. But
were there many there?
There weren't many.
Was it two,
there were one or two, but
Really?
but the vast majority of people who went had a fantastic time, and it is a brilliant city.
It was a good match and all the rest of it. And the other one I've gone for is, and I think Pablo will definitely want to vote for this, PSG away.
PSG was fun as a trip.
I think there's a great there we go. PSG away, where we that's thanks to Scoots, but we've got the plastering Paris. See what I've done there?
Won't someone think of the shoe?
Hey,
Won't someone
come on, plastering Paris was good.
Rampage.
Won't someone think of the shoe store?
Good job, very funny.
It wasn't even a store.
But anyway, so those are the three I nominated. Is there any that you would like to put in or take away or what?
Liverpool again was good fun, but I don't think it would match up to.
No. So I've got it right with those three, yeah?
Until I think of something better.
Swindon?
Yeah, no, Swindon
No,
was
Swindon was dull.
a bit of a disappointment, really.
Derby quite a lot.
Yeah.
But have I got it right with those
The only
three?
thing with Derby was you couldn't drink anywhere. The whole town was on lockdown.
Well, we got inside.
Right, so forever hold your peace. Are we good with those three?
Yes,
Yes, good. All right.
With that.
Okay, best moment of the season. We need to get from 4 down to 3 here, unless you've got any more to add in. But I've gone for Branner's winner at City, largely because of the reaction that was caught on camera with us lot, which will live with me forever. But I mean, and there's a lovely picture of it, which is on the Mixlr homepage. But that was mental when that happened. Likewise with Barr's goal against PSG, which was just a wonderful moment, particularly as it came from such a ridiculous and unlikely source. And again, he did it again. You know, Barr's goal against Liverpool. Yep. I mean, that has got to be up there at one of the best moments in the season. And I've
Is Barr the 2014 Gronkia?
Well, very possibly.
Can we just save it for just have the 2 bars?
2 bars. No, because they're
nothing,
too distinct.
No, but nothing else matches either of those.
Well, Hazard's penalty against Arsenal.
No, not really.
Well, I'll tell you for why. Because, you know, when it was 3-0, after 17 minutes, it was so patently game over. So, hang on, just hear me out. So incredibly comedic. And also because it was as a result of the wrong sending off. I mean, that had everything. We knew we were going to absolutely annihilate them after that. The game was over, so we could relax. And it was a comedy sending off. I mean, what's not to like about that, mate?
Well, everything's to like about it, but I'd rather my moment of the season being a proper explosion of like Chelsea joy rather than
and Branner's winner against City, Barr's goal against PSG, and Barr's goal against Liverpool.
I'm sure if I got given 15 minutes,
if I was going to go for a moment of the season that involved Arsenal, it would be Aspie's goal in the League Cup, just because it was so ridiculous. It came from such a silly source, and everyone went absolutely mental.
I don't know, the Mata goal, I think, was even better because it was down our end.
How about Seb getting punched by
By who?
By the woman in Prague for his celebration?
I didn't know about that.
Yes, he did.
No, I forgot about it. No, I mean, it's funny, but that's a Celery moment, not a best moment. I think we've nailed it with Brannan's winner against City, Barr's goal v PSG, Barr's goal v Liverpool. Yeah. Anybody cross about that?
It's a hat-trick at Man U.
But that's more than a moment.
Yeah.
More than a moment. Don't go there. Right, okay, I'm happy with that. That's those three. I'm good. Right, worst moment of the season. Well, I think this is also pretty simple, really. I think the Champions League semi-final. I know that we kind of got over it a bit because, you know, we were beaten by the better side on the day, but it was very disappointing. I was massively disappointed. I was massively disappointed as well when we lost to Sunderland, because that was the breaking of Jose's unimpeachable record. I know, and I was very disappointed with that. And I was very disappointed at Norwich at home too, because that really put the final nail in the. I think that, you know, we were half dead at Sunderland at home when we lost that. But
wouldn't you say Palace away rather than Norwich at home?
No, because I thought the performance at Norwich away was desperately.
I
could change that. Actually,
I personally wouldn't put the Champions League semi-final in there.
No,
I know it's strange, but actually, and we haven't got much to complain about. Whereas in the past we always have done.
You could have any of the away games.
Sunderland definitely. I think West Ham at home in January.
Absolutely agree.
Because that was just totally dreadful.
Yeah.
Villa away.
Villa away.
Because, I mean, apart from anything, it was so costly, wasn't it? All the red cards we picked up.
All right.
The Champions League semi-final, the only thing I'd say is Simeone was the only manager that hadn't won it twice, you know, and we were at home second. I think, regardless of where they are in the league and everything else, I think we did sort of fancy our chances. If it had been against Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, I wouldn't have agreed, but I really thought as soon as the draw was made, we had won it, Jose had won it twice before, our team were more experienced in it, I thought we'd have won it. I'd say it's one of my worst moments this
Particularly
season.
when we went 1-0 up.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got to be honest, I'm a fan of putting the Champions League semi-final in there. I was, you know, it was like one of those, it was a bit like a curry that's really hot, but you don't realise how hot it is. The next day you suddenly realise how hot it is. And I felt a bit, you know what I mean. You know, it felt a bit like that with the Champions League semi-final. You know, when I was in the pub with you, I was disappointed, but I was also kind of like drunk, so it didn't matter. And the next day I woke up and I realised how disappointed I was.
So you're saying Diego Costa hurt your ring?
He did.
You can get some T-shirts saying that, maybe.
It's a good title, isn't it? Yeah.
Burnt my ring.
The rest of the Premier League will hopefully be saying that.
All right, so Champions League semi-final, Sunderland at home, and then I think it's out of West Ham and Villa. I would go Villa.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, done. We take Norwich out, we put Villa in, we're happy. Right, chant of the season. Oh my God, there's loads, and there's some naughty words in some of these. I forgot that we were doing this on the TV tonight. The first one, I think, I've got to be nominated. And of course, now everybody hates it, but I mean, it was, you know, we're looking at the whole season, aren't we?
I may be bored of it now, but it's the most catching song we've had in 10 years.
And Walter and Smith did it. So I think the Williams song is a shoe-in.
Being there from its inception in the pub in Prague to being thoroughly bored of it 9 months later, yeah.
All right, we've done it before, we'll do it again, pretty much the same thing. I like that, because that makes
it was only one game, but it lifted the team so much, and it lifted the fans so much.
I didn't like the fact it's then overused, like when we were singing it in league matches and things like that.
But for that PSG game, that was incredible.
I've plumped for Samuel Eto'o, LO, because I came up with that and never got any credit, so I want to put it back on the record. I started that in Gate 17, probably his first goal that he scored for us, and nobody did it, and then suddenly everybody's singing it, and they forgot it was Chidge who first did it.
I thought you did it at the Inter Milan game when he was playing for them.
No, I didn't, Jonathan. That's the kind of behaviour that'll get you thrown off the benches. Where are the stewards? Where are the stewards when you need them? Where are those funny men in high-vis jackets? Ross, go and find a high-vis jacket. Put it on and take him out.
March me out. I'm
take
happy.
Him out.
I'd like to. I need to go to the loo.
Right, Samuel Eto'o, well, so obviously you're not as enamoured with that as I am. The others I've got on the list are Welcome to Hell, You're Having a Laugh, which we sung at Galatasaray. I'll just run through these very quickly, and then we'll talk about them, all right? Go forth and multiply David Moyes.
Definitely not.
Arsenal.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Was it a second line?
Disgusting.
Because it's not our song, apart from anything.
Yeah, okay.
And also because of its content.
Okay, whoa, okay, wow.
Absolutely agree.
Dan, have the smelling salts.
Oh, thanks.
I agree with Dan.
You don't have to do it.
No, you don't really have to do it. No, don't do it.
If he does it, I've got to do it.
Okay, I put this, he used to be shy, but now I think he's all right.
Not having that.
No, because I couldn't even remember what it was about.
That's awful.
I think this one actually has to go in. I love this. Have you ever seen Obi score a goal? Remember, this was the season where Obi Mikel scored a goal. Twice. You know, so I thought, you know, have you ever seen Obi score a goal? I think that's that. So I quite like that. Right, and going back a page, if I can actually manage to do that. So that gives us Willian. We've done it before, and have you ever seen Obi score a goal? Unless you want either Samuel Eto'o or
I'm still tempted to get the Eto'o one in. You know, actually, just because he responds to it, and it's lovely.
Instead of Obi.
Yeah, just because it's good to have a song that player, and particularly with the way he's been tweeting and signing off with.
This is good. I'm
like,
feeling this.
I'd have the
All right,
Eto'o
done.
song in there.
Has Samuel Eto'o been hashtagging hello?
Hello. Interesting. I love that. I'm having that. Right, Guinness moment of the season. We've got a really... Actually, I'll tell you what, we might put the celery
Did
moment...
the benches say something?
Yes.
Something.
Too late. Right, Guinness moment. OK, go on then. What do you want to say?
Andy was going to say
What
something.
are you going to say, Andy?
Stevie G song.
Yeah.
Slip.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
It was written by
like-
It was
Paddy
written by
Power.
Paddy Power.
To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It may have caught on, but it is
I like
Paddy Power's
Portugal,
song.
Portugal, we are coming.
We can't sing
we're
that
not.
now, though, can we?
We did it with Amsterdam and we were going there.
Yeah.
I know.
Look, we've got 3 minutes. We've got to do the Guinness moment. I think the three of them we chose are the right ones. Right, now, Guinness moments, very, very quickly. I'll run through these. Hazard's Rabona against Fulham. Hazard's run against Galatasaray at home.
How many of these I actually remember? Like?
Well, he basically beat everybody and gave them all twisted blood. I mean, defenders fell
Oh,
over
I
in his
do.
wake.
Yeah, I remember both first two.
Check save against PSG.
Which one?
Last minute, which basically kept us in the tie. Fantastic. Oscar's overhead kick and the whole move that led up to it against United at home. Willian's amazing little eel kind of trickery that led to the goal against Atletico Madrid. And Hazard's flick to Eto'o in the Spurs at home. Remember that? No. OK, so out of that, find me 3 out of that.
I'd give it to Demba Ba's goal against PSG,
Well, that's
basically.
wasn't really a bit of skill and flair. He came in off.
Well,
his
no, but
shit.
it was a Guinness moment by the letter of the word, or the letter of the law.
I've avoided, by the way, so Jonathan can know, not one of these is a goal, Jonathan.
Thank you.
I do listen.
Good, sorry. Thank
So
you.
find me 3 out of this. I've got. I would say Hazard's Rabona
Yeah.
is a
Hazard's
shoe-in.
Rabona, Hazard's Run, I liked.
Hazard's Run, I like too. Out of all of those, I personally would either go for Willian or Czech for the others.
What did Willian do against that?
You know, he took on those 3 defenders, and he kind of like flicked
what,
it, went
for
through,
Torres' goal?
passed it to
Yeah.
to Aspie.
Aspie,
Yeah, brilliant bit of skill.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So we're getting Czech. I'm getting rumblings of Czech save from the benches. So come on, Dan, put your colours to the mast.
Yeah, check.
You think Czech?
Yep.
All right. So Dan's going Czech.
I don't,
Czech or Willian? Czech or Willian? Czech or Willian?
Yeah, no.
I like Eto's back heel.
I like them
in the
both.
goal. Have a
I'd
look.
go Willian because obviously I've seen better saves.
All right. One. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so you're going for Willian. Personally, I'm going to go for Willian.
I don't know. Check.
You're going to go for Czech.
Because-
Benches?
Because it was so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, what day?
Any more on the benches?
I like Eto's back heel for
No, it's out of
Hazard's
Czech
goal.
and Willian, Jonathan.
I know, but I was just being,
But if he's
being
got a good one,
contrary.
I might change my vote.
Andy.
Check save.
Okay, well.
Willian for me.
All right, okay. Harry, it's all on you, mate.
Check.
Yes, okay, we got a winner. Well done, H. Okay, so we're going to go Hazard's Rabona, Hazard's run versus Galatasaray at home, and Czech save against PSG. Those are going to go into our Guinness moment of the season. How long have I got, Gallery? We went nearly on for a break? Hey, what?
20 seconds.
Okay, time
Even
for a
I
break.
heard that.
17
I've got
seconds.
earpiece.
I know, but I kind of had my finger. I did David Coleman on it, and it actually cut the sound off. And I've got Harry going 5 minutes. Okay, let's go for another 5 minutes then. We can do that. Should we get Harry in? We haven't seen Harry on air for a while, have we? He's
Have we
run
ever?
away.
Oh, it's his
Oh, we have,
birthday.
yeah, we
Where
did.
is he?
That could be a celery moment, giving him cake, but I think it won't be. Anyway, look, we are going to go back for a break. Now, when we come back, we've got no Chelsea Chatter stats this week. The reason being that Chelsea Chatter, the last I saw of him, he put a picture of a pint up on Twitter saying, "My first pint of my stag do."
He's not Weatherby.
He's not been seen or heard of since. So I think he's in Hong Kong in bondage.
No, I think I'm sure I saw him get onto his 5th pint.